The regular long cutting blade is about 15 centimeter long. The extra long one is about 18 centimeter long. But this one goes up to 25 centimeter long. Let's test the super long cutting blade to see if it dares to cut this piece of wood. Wow, I expected a very skewed vertical cut, but I'm surprised it made a pretty decent cut, and it's only slightly off the vertical. Now here I have the standard cutting blade. We know that if I use it to cut a melamine board, the top part of the cut gets very chipped. Let's try with this cutting blade. This one has small, straight teeth. And wow, such a clean cut. It's clear it's a high-quality blade. I'll also test this blade that has its teeth inverted, facing downwards instead of upwards. As expected, it left a very clean cut on the top side. But as you can imagine, the melamine is very chipped on the other side of the board. Now, let's try this very wide cutting blade that I found in my workshop. It's quite old and doesn't fit my jigsaw. It bumps into the front of the shoe. Never mind. Let's see what it was for. When we're going to cut something and the saw's base is going to bump at the front, with a wide cutting blade like this one, we can reach almost to the end. I've also had this toothless cutting blade with an edge for years. And would you believe I never tried it? This is a rigid foam insulation sheet. Wow, I didn't expect this. It cuts through it like butter, and it makes a super clean cut. Here I have a newer version. Amazing! I love how well they cut the foam. And they're also good for cutting other soft materials. Now for another one. If this standard cutting blade makes a clean cut on the bottom side, and the one with the teeth facing down does so on the top side, then someone came up with the idea to combine both blades into one that has teeth facing downwards on the top part and teeth facing upwards on the bottom part. So the top part should make a clean cut on the board's top side, and the bottom part should do so on the board's bottom side. Have you tried these cutting blades? Alright, the top cut is super clean. But on the other side of the board, the cut is again chipped. The thing is, this jigsaw blade has a trick. In an upcoming video, we'll see why this happens and under what conditions these special cutting blades work well. Now let's check out this one with holes. I guess the holes will help cool the blade during the cut. This way it doesn't overheat, preventing both the wood and the blade itself from burning. But I think it's also good for rip cuts, along the wood grains. It feels like it cuts easier than a standard blade, and it makes a cleaner cut. Let's move on to this curious cutting blade. Apart from the regular teeth on the front, it also has teeth on the back side. This smooth area is for it to rest against the jigsaw's guiding wheel. You can see it right there. Pay attention, right there, I turned it too sharply. But if I use it properly, it lets me cut curves almost any way I want. The teeth on the back of the blade also cut the wood, preventing it from rubbing as much on turns as a regular blade. Thus, it turns much better, and it heats up less. Also, it would be advisable to reduce the speed of the jigsaw, but this jigsaw doesn't have that feature. Well, during the sharp turn, I pushed it too much, and it burned the wood a bit. And yes, the blade's metal also got a bit burnt. But in general, it allows for easy curve cutting. Second test, with another identical blade on this plywood. Because it also cuts with the teeth in the back, I thought it would make a much wider groove. But I don't think it's even double what a standard blade would make. Easy and clean cut, without burning the wood, nor the blade's metal. There we can get an idea of the groove it makes. This other cutting blade has special teeth that are not for wood. I think it can cut cellular concrete. But I only find regular concrete blocks, and it can't handle those. So let's test it on a plasterboard. Wow, it cuts the plasterboard effortlessly. And it makes a fairly clean cut. Now let's test this little marvel. Notice that it doesn't have teeth. What it has is that edge covered with tungsten carbide particles. And, well, with this very hard floor tile, it cannot cut it. This might even damage the cutting blade. But with a wall tile, which is softer, well, it's not bad at all, though I think it also struggles a bit there. Now I'm going to test it against this roof tile. Wow, this is so fun. It cuts the tile as if it's nothing. And I can even make curves. Look at that excellent cut. In upcoming videos, we'll see some of these cutting blades in more detail. Thank you for watching the video. And if you like my videos, please subscribe and hit the bell.